So as teenagers, we are always being asked what we want to be when we grow up. And according to this quote on the internet, adults are always asking this because they themselves are looking for ideas. But this question can be really stressful and daunting for a kid who otherwise has absolutely no idea what they want to do. So how does someone find out what they want to be when they grow up? Well, my name is Bianchi. This is Define Wisdom, and today I'm going to be helping you answer your question of what do I want to do with my life? Comment down below with what you think you want to be when you grow up, and leave a like if the video helped out at all. And then of course subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this, as well as see my series that is slowly coming out about different career paths. The first episode came out last week and it was about being a helicopter pilot. So I do want to leave this video off with a disclaimer of it's totally okay to just have no idea what you want to be when you grow up. You can fail every single day for another 15 years and still turn your life around. We are young. Nobody truly expects us to succeed, and even when they see us succeed, it's with a healthy dope of skepticism. For teenagers, sometimes it can feel like the world is working against them, but trust me, people have too many of their own issues to worry about yours. And if anyone of these seems really judgmental of what you want to be, then they probably just have an insecurity about where they want to go or how they ended up where they currently are. And listen, there's a lot of reasons you're not going to know what you want to do. The biggest one, of course, being you're young. You might not have seen what you want to be when you grow up yet. You have never been exposed. So just keep an open mind as you go about life, and maybe something will jump out at you. But don't feel compelled to choose with the things that you have seen so far. There's so much out there. You don't need to be constricted to your small town or your small perspective, whatever it may be. Be open to new things. Quite frankly, you also might not even be good at anything yet. Maybe you've spent your entire life focusing on school and a sport, and you don't like the sport anymore and school sucks. So you really have nowhere to go. And that sounds big and scary, but it's fine. It's all good. Just keep living life and keep yourself open to opportunity. Listen, the education has failed everybody that doesn't fit into the classroom mold. And if you do fit into the mold, then chances are it's failing you too. You just don't know it yet. There might be a topic that doesn't have a class, but you would absolutely fall in love with. Or maybe there's a topic that has an elective in one school, but not the other. Or maybe you love a topic, but hate the teacher. Or love the teacher, but hate the topic. There's so many different combinations and situations in the education system that unless you got the right lineup of things, which does happen for some people, but unless that happens for you, you can't really look to the education system to show you what you want to be when you grow up. It's kind of more up to you. But this doesn't mean that we should just give up, that it's going to be too difficult. Just try the things that I'm about to name in this video, and if not, again, keep an open mind. So without further ado, let's talk about it. The first dream that I'm going to mention is your childhood dream, and don't give up on it yet. For me, I wanted to be an astrophysicist, like Neil deGrasse Tyson or Stephen Hawking. I wanted to gaze up at the stars and do all these fancy math equations, but it didn't work out in the end, and that's okay. I realized that career wasn't quite the lifestyle that I wanted to live, even though I still continue to be interested in it to this day. But I am still interested in it, so it at least has potential, and it might have potential for you too. As we age, society attempts to take our childhood dreams that might be very outlandish, and they try and control them to reel them in and put you in that 9 to 5. But we're all a part of Generation Z, and Generation Z has a lot more potential than millennials or anyone else that came before them. You see, that's because we're part of the cell phone generation. We're the first generation that has grown up with exclusively cell phones and doesn't really know a time without them. Even millennials, when they were growing up in their childhood, didn't have that. But we are exclusively raised after the technological revolution. When a lot of adults look at us, they might not understand that, well, A, the world is a very different place than it was when they were our age, and B, the world will be an even more different place in 20 years when we're halfway into our careers. When my grandmother saw my YouTube channel, she told me that I should be on TV. Little does she know that there's no point in me trying to be on TV if I can have a better way of life making YouTube videos. I'm not knocking anyone who wants to be on TV or involved in video production, but it's just an example. So look at your childhood dreams, and after the next segment of this video, I'm going to go through what you should do once you discover your dream, so stay tuned for that. But real quick note in here, take your dream and write 3 to 5 sentences on it, broad strokes. What is your career? What do you need to do to be good at your career? What are some goals for your career? And where are you in 20 years if you pursue this career? And then sum that down into 1 to 2 sentences, really tight writing, and make it goal focused. That right there, you have a mission statement. I have a video coming out entirely about informing goals and mission statements, but if you want to make your dream a reality, The first step is defining it and writing it down. Now, what if you didn't like your childhood dream, like you wanted to be an astronaut, and now you realize that you really just want nothing to do with going to space? And childhood dreams are stupid anyways. Everyone should just forget about them. A first step that you can take to finding out what you want to be is look at the classes you take. What are you naturally talented at? What do you enjoy? And what overall gets you excited? There's a caveat here though. For me, I've always enjoyed a class purely based off of whether or not the teacher was good. So I had a string of really great math teachers with English teachers that I didn't particularly get along with. And then when my sophomore year hit, I finally had a history teacher who I genuinely loved and felt an emotional attachment to, and she totally changed my view of what my goals would be moving forward. Once I was finally in a classroom environment for history that I genuinely loved, I was able to thrive a lot more than I was thriving in math class, even with the good teachers. So what I'm saying here is take a look at your classes, but account for how good the teachers have been that you've taken them with. There's a chance that the teacher you hate could be teaching a class that you would otherwise love and want to achieve in. And the other way around, a good teacher could be fooling you into enjoying a class that you otherwise wouldn't have. And the best teachers do that. So no knock to them, just be self-aware about it that you might not want to go to college for that. Outside of school, of course, look at your parents and your parents' friends. Now, I'm not saying you have to follow your parents' footsteps, but a lot of kids take interest in what their parents do. It's natural. And that way you get to really understand what the career is going to be like, your different opportunities, the ups and downs. You'll be able to ask a lot of good questions. Same thing with one of your friend's parents. I don't think any adult is going to tell a kid no if they want to learn about their career. And then, of course, there's any hobbies you have. Most hobbies nowadays can be turned into a career. I do not want to hear the excuse that you have a hobby but you can't make any money in it. Like, no. Everybody has the ability to make a six-figure salary in any career that they want. Because here's how it works. If you like fishing, there is a business infrastructure behind the fishing industry. And somewhere in business, you can fit yourself. And if you don't fit in business, then you can do product design, or you can start a YouTube channel, or any number of things that has potential to grow into a long-standing career. You shouldn't be looking for money overnight. Things take time, but as long as you're willing to work for them, you can make a career out of anything. So look at your hobbies and ask yourselves if you want to do that for the rest of your life. And if the answer is yes, then take it and run. This goes for inspirations too. For me, I always looked up to Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and really any of the Silicon Valley moguls. I also always worshipped Gary Vaynerchuk and Casey Neistat and a bunch of content creators on YouTube. So I've done a lot of research. So then after doing research into them, I realized that Gary Vaynerchuk's life is awesome, and I love what he does with social media marketing. So I'm doing more research into that now. The same goes for you. If you idolize somebody for anything, their personality, their lifestyle, whatever it may be, look into what they're doing to earn their money and potentially make that a career. The careers are going to attract similar groups of people. And a side note here, having a passion for making money isn't a career, but having a passion for money can turn into one. So make that distinction, because if you want to be the richest man of our generation, then I'm sorry, but that spot's reserved for me. I'm kidding, of course I'm kidding. It's totally not one of my goals. But back to the point, if you do like money, because a lot of kids like money, then look into finance, accounting, anything business, really. Real estate is a big one. I've personally looked into real estate because it's something that is easy to get into, and if you have a knack for it, then you can be really successful. Okay, so let's say something in this worked, or you came into this video having an idea of what you want to do. After you get that idea, where do you go from there? For me, I loved reading biographies on any career that I ever became interested in, because it's gonna give you the entire picture. Life's not all rainbows and lollipops. It's gonna have its ups and downs, and you're gonna get a bloody nose at some point, so read someone's biography, and if their down moments seem manageable to you and you're kind of okay with them, then go for it. And listen, every career is going to have its down moments, so you need to be prepared for them no matter what. But you can choose a career based on how volatile it's going to be if you really just want that consistent, half-decent income, or you're willing to take more risks, or maybe one career that you're really, really passionate about has the small chance to make you go bankrupt at any point, and you really just don't want to take that risk. For me and a lot of other teenagers, because we're just wired like this right now, I am naturally inclined to just take the risks, say screw it, run with it. I don't care. It's my passion. I'll persevere. I'm determined. I'll work through any downfalls. Nothing's gonna stop me. But that's not everyone, and I know that's not everyone. Another option is jumping into your career right now. You'd be surprised how much you can learn or produce on the internet, and if you want to get involved, then you can do it. I'm not knocking anyone who wants to have fun in high school, but if you really know what you want to do, then it might be worth it to get started early. And if all of this has happened and you still have no idea what you want to do, then that's okay. It takes time. Focus on performing the best in the present and getting your day-to-day life as high-functioning as possible, because that'll carry to any career. And then be open to opportunity wherever it may come from. Make sure that at any point your eyes and ears are open for something that might jump out at you. It's okay not to have an idea, but it's not okay to be complacent until an idea magically comes your way. Keep working at it. Keep working at your life. Keep working at doing you in the moment if you don't really know what you want your future to be like. This is hard because it's basically telling someone to run really, really fast in any direction blindfolded. But there is something beautiful on the other side of the blindfold, and you just need to have faith of that. It's a shame because our society is lacking faith right now in all aspects, and telling kids to believe in some system, whether it's a faith-based system or the government or whatever it may be, it's all really hard. And I'm not pulling all of this out of nowhere. There's graphs and statistics that show loneliness is on the rise, people are less happy. Teenagers have been described as existentially impotent by Ivy League professors. It's hard, I know it is, but once you find what you want to do in life, whether that's you want to have a family, what your career wants to be, where you want to wind up, once you get some goals, it's gonna be okay. Watch my video on a high schooler's guide to life. It came out pretty well, and you'll be able to maybe take a couple of things out of it. I'm trying to figure out a way to convey a message of hope to teenagers who might be a little bit hopeless. Because again, the best advice I can give still sums down to run in a direction really fast and you'll have something after it, I swear. But there's so much more to it. I need to figure out a way to put it into words. And guys, that's gonna be it for this video. If you could please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things really help out the channel. I'm gonna keep pumping out content for at least another year or two before I actually give up. I'm not gonna give up. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Peace.